You may realize this or not, but whatever you do in the morning literally will set out how your day is going to be. I've seen countless times that if I start off my unproductive and if I let bad habits come in a way in the morning when my mind's the most vulnerable, it's going to leak into the afternoon, which will result in a bad day. You might relate as well. You might have started off a day with issues that may have held you back, that may have kind of distracted you from what you really needed to do. And then, because you didn't have that consistency in the morning of actually doing what you need to do, you lose focus and then you're worried about the entire day that you already lost. The mind mostly loves to see that if you're doing bad in the morning, then the whole day is lost. The mind perceives that as bad. And it acts as if no matter what you do, the whole day will still be bad. That is not a good way to think. That is not. What I believe is that a bad morning is never a bad day. You may have started off the morning bad, but it's not going to conclude a bad day. For me, I've bounced off numerous bad mornings where I may have started off rough, I may have not started consistent, and then and ended the day with genuine peace and just calmness. And I'm gonna be honest, there's a habit I've been doing more recently that's been helping me get through the morning and has genuinely set me up for more success than I thought. Let me explain. Now, this habit I've been practicing for some time now, and gotta be better and better with myself, with how I go with everyday things and everyday tasks. And that habit is mostly just called the night before. I mostly do this when I journal, but it gives me a good idea on what I need to focus on, what I can improve on, and what I can overall generally do better on day after day. It's simply just taking 10 to 20 minutes before you sleep and just thinking about what you can do for the day. That's it. You're just spending a small amount of time writing down how the next day is going to play out. It's just a simple 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour if you need it. Can do genuine wonders to make your day a 10 out of 10, which is better than a 2 out of 10. For me, what I usually plan for the next day is goals, habits to find, tasks that are urgent, and just reminders of habits I'm mostly inconsistent in at the moment. The really good thing about planning the day for me is that if I'm ever distracted on my phone, or just distracted in general for like a long period of time, it may take some time for me to get back into the flow state, into me getting back into my work. But with me planning out the next day, all I have to do is just look at it, see what I have to do, see my tasks, see my goals, and I just immediately focus on what needs to be done rather than spending more time on it distracted. Basically, making a comeback from me being distracted, fascinating, all the way back to the flow state. There might be some of you watching this video right now. You might be distracted by something, even right now by watching YouTube instead of doing your work. And then right after your distraction, you just forget what you need to do for the day. You just forget. And after that, you're just finding something that's productive to do so that the day doesn't feel like a waste as a whole. I don't want you being this way. I don't, because you can actually just genuinely do better for yourself. You can. You can just actually just genuinely do better. That you can actually focus on what you need to do, and so that you're not wasting as much time as you may think. Let me explain how you can your day so that you don't waste your day, but make that day count towards progress for whatever you do. And it all starts the day before. For you to win the day, to win your morning, to win your whole entire day, it all starts the day before. The first thing I want you to do in overall for you to start winning the day, find something that you can write on, whether it be a notebook, your computer. So once you have that, I want you to answer this question that I'm going to say. What's the one thing you want to achieve? Just one. It doesn't have to be multiple, but just one that you actually want to focus on, that you want to get. I want you to really think about this because you need to have some sort of foundation for you to actually plan out your day, for you to actually know what you're doing. So you could just be focused and not worrying about being focused. Without that foundation, there's no way that you're able to actually build towards that goal that you have. You have to be working towards something. Once you have the foundation, a goal that you can actually use to do better, which can be like a mission, don't just make your full priority on that goal. Don't try to go for it at first. Instead, before you even do that, before you even chase that goal, I want you to write out the goal in your notebook or on your computer. And then after, research habits that will cater more towards that mission. This is crucial because if you don't have habits supporting that goal you want to achieve, your mission, research habits that will cater more to that mission. Because if you don't really have habits that make you actually work towards that mission, your goal you have, you're gonna make number one, no progress, and second, you won't know what you need to do. And habits are a great way to understand what you need to do. So then for you, it becomes automatic to just keep improving. And then lastly, once you have those habits, write them down on a habit tracker. As I said in my last video, a habit tracker genuinely keeps you consistent as you're making it easy for you to remember certain habits. And when you start using it to your advantage for you, it'll help you more so grow into those habits so it doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like something that you're forced to do, but they can actually do better. So it doesn't feel like a challenge, like a chore to do, but feels more like a task that you can do every day, no matter what. Now, once you have those habits on the habit tracker, once you have them all planned out, once you have them organized, I want you to start planning out and thinking about what each habit does and how it can fit in the morning for you. How can it benefit you in the morning to get you consistent for the entire day? Because a single habit in the morning can literally change the whole trajectory of the day and change your discipline, your mood, and your literal energy and your literal focus. It may seem little, but it's a lot. And I don't want you to just mess up the whole day, your whole morning, just based off a habit that may have been good in the afternoon, but just make sure that the habits you have in the morning that you know is gonna benefit you towards that goal that you're trying to achieve, so that the morning can feel a little more easier for you to get through, and so that can build up momentum for productivity and focus. Once you do that, plan out your tasks for the next day with your habits in. Now that you have habits that you know you want to do in the morning and in the entire day, it'll be a little more easier for you to see what you can do now and how your habits can help flow through with it. It'll be like your habits and your tasks working together to help you up. So I want you to plan out how it is going to be, and I want you to ensure that while you're planning out your tasks, ensure that your habits don't conflict with your tasks and it keeps you away from procrastination. Make sure that your habits align with your tasks so it can align with your goals better. You don't want your habits to be kind of misleading towards your goal. Towards your goal. You always want your habits and your tasks working together. Always. Always on that goal. One thing I will say though from experience from doing these things is that don't try to make the habits that you do too complicated. Like if you're not used to the habit already, take your time with it. Don't rush your habits. Don't try to expect like a habit to be perfect as set. No. Remember the habits will be helping you build towards, of course, your goal. And the tasks that you have set up, right? The tasks that you have planned for the day. Remember, it's supposed to help you get to get to your goals. Your habits and your tasks are working together to get that goal. So ensure that your habits and your tasks line up together and that they don't disrupt each other, and that they genuinely work as a team to get to your goal. Make sure your habits are helping you grow. And lastly, after all of that, once you have fully planned out what you needed to do, and you have planned out your day, take action. Just take action. That's it. Focus on your task for the day. Focus on your habits you need to do, and always be consistent with them and always grow them to their highest level it can be. Because the one thing that I've made a mistake on, especially, is that I kept that habit, but I never really expanded on that habit. I never really tried to refine it. You don't want to keep your habits in the same level for a very long period. What I would say is that every week, review your habits and ask yourself two questions. What can I do to refine this habit? And how did I do better with this habit? And how did it make me grow closer to my goal? Does it help you get a good understanding on where your habit is at the moment so that you can refine it, so that it can be improved and help you work better towards your goal? Time and time again of doing this, of refining your habits, reviewing them every week, you're doing better and better so that you'll eventually reach your goal in no time. Now, usually once you're done with everything that you have to do in the morning, you want to ensure that momentum stays through in the afternoon. You don't want to lose the momentum easily. So, from my experience of what I would say, have at least 1 to 2 tasks to do in the afternoon that's not hard, but not easy at the same time to do. So there have been so many days where I completed all my tasks in the morning. Because of that, I didn't really have nothing to do in the afternoon. And that's how I lost my momentum. And when I needed to do something in the afternoon, I would feel lazy. I would procrastinate and not do it. This helps by keeping your momentum up. You can end off with minor inconsistencies, and so you can also end off knowing that you actually did something for the day and that you put effort in, and not feel as if you just wasted it. Remember, this may not directly take out distractions, but it will make them less frequent over time the more you practice. Growth is not loud, it's not exciting, it's just a silent understanding day after day with small improvements, small changes in your life, and over time that will make you better and better. Remember that. So please focus on genuinely building yourself, on planning out your days, planning out your goals, so that over time, when you actually reach them, you will see how easy it was to actually reach it. All in all, that's all that I have to say for today. So make sure to work out when needed to. Start action morning and stay consistent the whole entire day. It's all about consistent growth daily. And you writing down your plans, writing goals, writing down your habits, you are genuinely going to have a change. It may be small, but it will definitely be a change. Peace.